Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. And I just want to say, I know I said there were lots of changes and good exciting things coming to the channel. And I promise you there are, but when I say there is so much going on behind the scenes at this moment in time for me personally, and I promise I will be letting you all in on all the things very, very soon. But at the moment, it's just like, because I know somebody, I can't remember what video it was, but someone's like, oh, I feel like you're just doing the bare minimum at the moment. And it's like, I apologize for just showing up for the reading, like for the weeklies and not bringing you anything else. It's just because there is a lot going on for me personally, and I promise I will be updating you all very soon. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. For your key to the week this week, you have the Hanged Man. Okay, so this week, take it easy. That's all that you are being asked to do, right? Take it easy, take a break, relax into it. Don't push, don't stress, don't fret. This is a week to really allow things to unfold in their perfect timing and synchronicity. Remember, the Hanged Man is a waiting, patience and stillness card, and it's also about surrender and detachment from the emotions of any given situation that you find yourself in. The Hanged Man really is about going with the current and the flow of life and allowing things to unfold the way that they are. It's a very spiritual energy, and it can, and I will say as well, on the heavier side of it, the Hanged Man can represent martyrdom, right? So in all of these different areas of your life, is there some area where you are maybe being a bit too self-sacrificing? That's what you're being asked to consider, sort of on the heavier side of it. Sorry, I've got this bloody creaky chair. And then, you know, on the other side of it, what do you know you need to surrender to and allow to unfold in its own perfect timing? For your actions and options, you've got the Page of Cups. So this is, although not exactly, it's technically a time sequence. So whatever's showing up for you over the course of this week, it will have its roots in late February to early to mid March, Pisces season. What was happening for you at that time? Because the chances are you're going to be revisiting this at this time over the course of this week. Now, with the Page of Cups, there is an openness. There's a potential here as well that some of you could be connecting to somebody on a love level if you are single and looking to mingle. It could also be that you have a connection with somebody, or you have a conversation with someone that is not only heartfelt but feels decidedly spiritual. When it comes to the actions, right, or should I say the options that are available to you, the Page of Cups is really about creating something new, all right? But take your time with it, right? This week you're going to have to really sit with and understand and delve deep into your feelings. It's a really powerful energy for that, right? Sitting still, the Hanged Man, with your feelings, the Page of Cups. Because the Page of Cups on its own, one of the meanings for this card is it's about really searching your feelings and finding a way to express them. But in order to do that, you have to know what they are, right? For your communications and conversations, you've got the Crone. So this is the Strength card in this deck. And right, what is the Crone? She is the ultimate wisdom, right? She is the final stage of womanhood where wisdom has been gained, right? Life has been lived, wisdom has been gained. And so with this Strength card, this means that your communications this week will be decidedly heartfelt. Page of Cups, your deep emotional self. The Hanged Man is Neptune energy, so this is, you know, your spiritual self, but it's also your, you know, a very deep emotional card as well, because Neptune is the sea, it's water. I would not be surprised if this week comes with a lot of tears. These could be healing tears. These could be you finally realizing, acknowledging, or opening up to what it is that you truly want and desire, and where you want your life to go in some way, shape, or form. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, maybe you realize this isn't actually the course for me, or this isn't the college for me, or this isn't the thing that I actually want to study, right? Maybe you're studying engineering and actually what you really want to do is fashion. This is you changing your mind because you understand what your desire is at a heart level, right? This is you being really honest with yourself this week, Gemini. And this level of self-honesty is what really breeds change in our lives, okay? When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, the Strength card with the Hanged Man, this is about knowing you deserve better and biting your tongue and biding your time anyway. What I also feel from this as well, it may very well be that you haven't voiced your opinion, and this week maybe you see somebody leapfrog you in your company and you think, you know what, no, I've bitten my tongue long enough. I wanted to, to be promoted. I wanted that job or that position or whatever the case might be. I want career advancement. I'm being overlooked, and so I'm going to speak up. And this is actually the way forward, right? I think this is you going to kind of say what it is that you need, be really open about it, and, sort of tell everybody how you feel. And that's the key here. It's not just about being a Gemini and spitting all the facts and talking about all the surface level stuff. It's about stopping to say, this is how I feel. I feel like I'm being overlooked. I feel like I'm not having the advancement that other people are having in their careers. I feel like the person that you've just promoted over me, I deserved that movement. I deserved that advancement, right? Talk about how you feel. It's not just about, the facts and the figures at this point. This week is really requiring a lot from you on the heart-based level. And if you're not prepared to go there, then there's not really going to be any change. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, if you're self-employed, this is you. Literally, sorry, I'm laughing because every so often I have, most of you know, right, I'm a clairsentient. So for me, it's always a feeling first, then the image or the thought or whatever else it is comes from that. But every so often I will hear something, and literally when I got to those of you that are business owners, all I heard in my ear was, I'm entering my spiritual hoe phase. Which, I mean, what does that even mean, right? I think what it means is you're about to start thinking about ways that you can open up your spirituality or blend certain things together. This isn't about, bastardizing a specific path or a faith or a structure. It's about really understanding what truly works for you on a spiritual level and how that feeds directly into your business. And I think this is a really important part. One thing that I can definitely attest to for myself, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but when my spiritual path is lacking, my business starts to sag, right? When my spiritual path is lagging, my business started sagging. You can have that one for free. Put it on a t-shirt, send me one. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, one way this potentially shows up is you realize now, especially like if your kids are older, especially if you are retired and no longer working, this is you starting to think about, okay, I'm entering the next phase of my life now, and I don't really know what that looks like. And again, there's a moment of self-honesty here. For your love and relations, you've got the Knight of Swords. So for those of you that are single and looking, you're definitely connecting with or bumping into somebody in your local area. If you are a particular person / friend / Gemini of mine, it is possible. That person will know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you that are single and looking, the Knight of Swords means that it's going to be likely on your commute in your local area when you're going to really mundane places. So it's like you're not really looking for a partner because you're just out for a pint of milk in your pajamas with your hair slapped up and a pencil. Do you know what I mean? And then you run into someone and you're like, damn, could I not look my best while I run into this person? There's that kind of feel to it, and it might be a fast and furious kind of meeting, right? And because of where you're at personally, internally, you might not even be thinking that way, but yet somebody crosses your path. For those of you that are partnered, married, in long-term commitments, there's possibly some harsh words this week in the relationship. And the way that you get past this is truly through honest, heartfelt communication. There's a heart-to-heart that will happen this week. Is it going to be easy? No. Does it potentially get heated at moments? Absolutely. It's the Knight of Swords, right? Which is a card of fast, aggressive, sometimes, harsh communication and words, which tells me that there is going to be a development on the relationship front that can actually be very good for you if you're willing to have those hard conversations, right? For your money and materials, well, you'll be glad to know, right? If everything else is a little bit challenging, at least your money's going to be good, right? You've got this with the Hanged Man though. So one thing that I will say to you is this could be a week where you do get a boost to the finances, but very quickly you realize like, oh, okay, I had this big chunk of money and then it goes. Now that you know this, and I've given you this heads up, this week when this big chunk of money and resources comes in, put a little bit of it aside, right? You've got the Sun card with the Strength card though, that's beautiful. And remember, the Sun card diminishes the challenges. So whatever shows up this week, it passes easily, right? It will dissipate easily. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, for those of you that have been feeling a bit more tired or a bit more drained, etc., the Sun card in your health sector is wonderful, but I think this is more because once this is highlighted to you, like what you're actually feeling and why, and you deal with that, it's going to illuminate where your energy has been going, right? Why you felt depleted in some way. So it's like you're addressing the source directly. And then when it comes to your home and environment, the Sun card, especially for home, can be wonderful because it means that there's joy, laughter, and happiness coming into the home. For those of you that are so inclined as well, this could be really good news about property, especially if you're planning to either purchase a property or you already have one and you're thinking about putting it on the market. It might have already appreciated in value and you might be thinking, okay, you know what, this is probably the time to go for it. Either which way, the Sun brings good things. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a wonderful week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care and I'll see you soon.